Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Sports Talk. How are you guys, man? A little busy night, busy day. You know what I mean? When you think about the greatest player, greatest Celtics, right? The Boston Celtics had a lot of players, man. You think about Bob Pettit, right? Bob Cousy, of course, who was a great point guard, the original floor general. Before you had the Chris Paul type, whatever. He was the guy, making sure all the players had the ball in their hand. He was a floor general, of course. You think about Bill Russell, who 12 All Stars. The guy was a shot blocker. He was everywhere, big man everywhere. He could have won 13 straight NBA All Star, but in 1956 he was helping the USA win the gold medal. But you have Kevin Garnett who came in from Minnesota to go to the Celtics, was traded to the Celtics, Boston Celtics coming in, but people forget when you go to Boston, well, over here, anywhere in the world, but people forget when you go to Boston, you go to those bars. I've been to a lot of bars in Boston as a Yankee fan, and you go to Boston Red Sox. When the Yankees beat Red Sox, you can't wear your Yankee hat anywhere in Boston because you have to know how to fight. You have to know how to fight to wear your Yankee hat in Boston, to walk in. When you walk into the bar and the looks you get, if you're not a fighter, you better take that off. And I've seen a lot of people, a lot of Yankee fans. I'm at walk up to the bar and they take the hat off, because it's a sea of red. It's it's like Bloods and Crips. You know what I mean? So, but I'm at the bar, I'm enjoying my drink with my hat on, my Yankee hat on, and these guys take it. I'm like, come on, bro. You gotta represent New York. But anyway, man. But in Boston, when you go to Boston, John Havlicek is everywhere. John Havlicek is, yes, you could talk about Bob Cousy, right? Of course, you could talk about Larry Bird, but John Havlicek was Boston, and still is. You're in Massachusetts, you go to those to whatever, you're in that state, to all the bars, whatever. They know him, but that guy was pretty. He was a great six man, of course, because they had so many players. Bill Russell, all those guys. Larry, Bob Cousy, all those guys. Bob Pettit, all those guys were doing their thing. So people didn't see John Havlicek for who he was. The guy was a great player. It's like having a Dennis Rodman on a team when you have Michael Jordan, when you have Horace Grant, when you have Scottie Pippen, when you have Tony Kukoc, Luke Longley, all those guys, right? I missed a couple people, but I'm just saying Steve Kerr, who were great players. So of course, Ron was that guy, right? Ron Harper was the guy that, Ron Harper was equally, if not better than Michael Jordan, but he didn't get that credit, right? Ron Harper didn't get that credit, which is the same thing I'm not gonna say this. I'm not gonna say John Havlicek didn't get the credit because John Havlicek was a great player, right? Just the same way Ron Harper could drop 20, 30 points a game. He was doing that before Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? But John Havlicek was that guy. But he was. You have so many great players, so he was overshadowed. He was often overlooked because of that team was great. You had a great player, but coming in his first 4 years in the league, to win 4 championships. He ended his career with 8 straight championships. And that's something that people don't give the guy credit for, But he, not because of he's not like Robert Horry, who have 6 championships and they contribute much to the team. You know what I mean? But John Havlicek contributed a lot to Boston's Celtics winning those championships. People might say, well, how much contribution can he actually did when you had a Bill Russell, all those stuff, you know what I mean? But still, he did what he needed to do. Again, from Ohio State, but coming in, you know what I mean? He did what he needed to do, right? So coming in, if you look at, let me see, look at let me say this before I continue, right? Let me settle this Jordan debate, right? In 1988, yeah, I'm 45. I'm gonna be 46. So I remember a lot of these things. And I love sports, period, right? And I didn't care to be a sports writer or anything like that. I just love sports, right? I play football, of course, play baseball, basketball. Hey, that's what we do, man. We play all sports. But anyway, being in Haiti, I was still watching. I still had satellite. All right. Anyway, in 1988, before Jordan even won a championship, they named him the greatest player of all time. In 1988, before Jordan ever won a championship, they named him the greatest player of all time, greatest player ever, because Jordan was, when he came in the league, mind you, the league, the 3-point line you see today in today's game is, was moved where almost closer to the free throw. That was a 3-point line. Now, today, games expand. Of course, the court is longer, bigger, larger. They moved that all the way. Come on, guys guys today, when you see Steph Curry, them Lillard, all those guys taking the half court shots, they would call them magicians. Like these guys would be magic. Oh wow, they doing magic trick. John Morant, high flying right now. They would call him the greatest player ever. Because don't forget the Bob Cousy, all those guys. This is what basketball was. That's what it was. Like the guys like Bill Russell, of course, those guys are Will Chamberlain. Those guys play basketball. The Magic, all those guys, Isaiah Thomas play basketball. But the game was the Bob. This is what it was. This is what it was. So the black players coming in, doing different moves, doing different all the stuff. Those things weren't allowed, in the NBA. That's why when Allen Iverson come in and do all those moves, they was, he's traveling. No, he wasn't. It was the move. It was, he's smooth with it. You got some soul. It's different. But the game changed. The game transformed. So Jordan flying from the free throw line. The free throw line again. Everything was shorter. So seeing him, yes, he was athletic. I'm not gonna say he wasn't athletic. He was athletic, flying in. So of course, wow. The commentators, they never see that. They went from seeing Bob Cousy to Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? So of course, they see him high flying. That's what he was. Like it's similar to what John Morant's doing, high flying and stuff. Oh my God, he's the greatest player. Not because he was winning. And people, and I see fans tell me, Jordan won the scoring title. Scoring titles are nothing. If scoring title were meaningful, LeBron could have had it. The scoring titles is like Joel Embiid getting the scoring titles and doing nothing. It's a loser. It's like, come on, the scoring title is like you on a team, and they give everybody a trophy. That's what it is. Scoring title is nothing. Giannis is not worried about scoring titles. LeBron James is not worried about scoring titles. The Joker is not worried about scoring titles. Those guys are worried about championship. So Jordan getting the scoring titles, it's just ridiculous. The same way when Jordan scored 3,000 points, they give him a trophy. They give Michael Jordan a trophy for scoring 30,000 points. But meanwhile, Kareem had 30,000 points. Karl Malone had 30,000 points. But they give it to Jordan. They had it before. So think about it. Think about it, man. So all the stuff, when people talk to Jordan, this is for Jordan fans, right? I'm not saying Jordan's not a good player, but he's not top 10. So live with that. I know you have the sneakers. That's it. Nike's hyping it up. Yes, that's it. Those sneakers are made they made in China for $5. Nike's hyping it up. Right? Because they know you guys love your sneakers. Whatever. That's it. So Nike's hyping it up to get you guys to, oh, I'm wearing Jordan. That's it. That's it. So from, I said 1988, he was named the greatest player ever. Because, you know what I mean? But MJ never beat he never beat a prime dynasty. Tell me a dynasty he beat in a prime. He couldn't beat Larry Bird. All right? So, Jordan was swept. Jordan was swept more time in the first round in the playoff than any top 10 player. He was swept more time in the first round by any top 10 player. And you tell me, oh, Jordan never lost in the finals. Because 9 times of his career, he never reached the finals. All right. Now let's look at it, right? Jordan went to 6 finals, of course. Right? That's where Scottie Pippen. He played 15 years in the NBA. 15 years in the NBA. 9 times he didn't go anywhere. So the 6th time he won, that's because of having Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman and whatever. But if you look at points, and talk about points, I'm going to put Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. And talk about points. I should put his graphic up, but I got to edit, I don't, it's a lot, but you can look that stuff up. And talk about points, you look at Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in the playoff, right? Playoff total in 6 final run. And points, Jordan had 3,776 points. Right? Scottie Pippen had 2,200 points. Okay. Rebounds. Scottie Pippen had 908 rebounds in those 6 finals. Jordan had 719. Assists, 642. Pippen, 622. But Jordan did not take all the shots. He had Steve Kerr, Luke Longley, Tony Kukoc, Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. He has so many. Ron Harper. He has so many people. Jan Sally, so many people taking shots. Now Horace Grant, so many people. All right. Steals. Scottie Pippen, 244. Jordan 218. Blocks. Jordan had 91 blocks. Scottie Pippen had 111. Pippen was the reason. You know what I mean? Was the reason they won. So when people are talking about championship and they're talking about all the stuff, right? You got people have to tell me if without the championship, what is Jordan better at anybody? Let's look at season below 500, right? And the history, you took Kobe. Kobe played for 20 years, and he had 4 seasons under 500. LeBron, and also this is the year 21. He had 2 seasons under 500. He was hurt. Jordan played 15 years. He had 5 seasons under 500. You know what I mean? So, but when you look at most 40 points a game, right? most 40 points in game in playoffs. LeBron has 29, and anyone after him, Kawhi, whatever, the closest to him was Kevin Durant with 14. That was with the Warriors. But let me tell you the hate. How there's a lot of Jordan fans who's in the media, right? I like to talk facts before, like I said, we're gonna go back to John Havlicek real quick, but I like to talk facts. When I tell you that Jordan was a good player, I'm not saying he's a good player, but there's other great players who are better. There's other players who are better. I like to stay on facts, not opinion, not opinion. I like to go on facts, not emotion, right? If you look at catch and shoot 3-point percentage, right? And in 2016, Steph Curry MVP for catch and shoot threes, right? He's had 47.7%. 47.7% in threes, catch and shoot threes. This season, LeBron James 46% in 3-point shooting. Right? When you think about it, in 2016, catch and shoot 3 points and 3-point made. Steph Curry was number one. He was MVP at 47%. Right now, this season, LeBron James 46% in 3-point shooting. 15 for 20 field goal percentage, right? In 1998, MVP. Michael Jordan was the MVP in 1998. He shot 44.3 field goals. Right? In 1998, when Michael Jordan won the MVP, when he won the MVP, he was 44.3 in field goal shooting. This season, LeBron James almost shooting 50% in field goal. In 2000, when Shaq won the MVP, right? When Shaq won the MVP in 2000, he was 77.6% in field goal. This season, LeBron James, 76.3. The oldest player in the NBA, right? So if you look at it, based on the numbers, people are just hyping Jordan up like he was all this. He wasn't. We didn't have social media. We didn't have camera. We didn't have all the stuff like we did now. But I've been to a few of those games. I watched Jordan play 40 minutes, scored 2 points. He took 30-something shots, bad shots when he had wide open players. Jordan had wide open players that were wide open. They lost those games because he was selfish. He took every shot. Only time he passed the ball, coaches say, "Oh, pass the ball. And that's it. But he was a ball hog. He took every shot. You got player right open under the basket. Back then, you can double team him. They double team, triple team, quadruple team LeBron James. The whole team's on LeBron James. They didn't do that. They couldn't do that back then. They couldn't. You couldn't double team back then like that. You could not. So things are changing. So they create the game for they never built a team to stop Michael Jordan. They built a team to stop LeBron James. That's the big difference. But let's look a little further, right? People talking about Jordan the GOAT, this and that, right? When David Stern forced him to retire, he tried baseball, he fell. He tried ownership, he was awful. He tried with the Wizard, he bombed. Everybody, I tell people, take out, understand this, you take out Scottie Pippen, you take out Phil Jackson, right? The whole Michael Jordan methodology, whatever. The whole myth, the whole whatever, that's all it is. It's a myth. That's it. You take it because the whole thing, the league created the whole Michael Jordan thing. Greatest. Of course, they needed, Nike was paying Nike, let me say this. Nike was paying the NBA. Nike was paying the NBA. The NBA and Nike always had a partnership. All right? Before doing the whole Jordan thing, whatever, Converse was the shoes. Dr. J, Converse was all over the world. Reeboks came, try to do their thing, whatever. But they picking Michael Jordan. They needed a name. They picked Michael Jordan. Jordan was big in Asia. Bald, black man. You ever been to Asia? They love black men. Love black men. So they were marketing this thing, the NBA and Nike together, marketing the shoes. The shoes was made in Asia. So that they went in Asia to say, hey, we're gonna create jobs. That's what they did. They had a whole marketing thing. People coming in telling the Asian market, we're gonna create jobs. We're gonna have Nike there, this and that. That's all it is a myth. So they boomed that stuff in Asia. Boom Nike for jobs. We created jobs. We giving Jordans. Yes. So of course there was a huge market for Jordan to open up warehouses, factories to have workers, which they still do to this day. The Michael Jordan shoes made in Asia for $5. Those shoes are made for $5, and they selling them. You buying a Jordan for $100, whatever. But those are $5 shoes. The NBA and Nike is a partnership to make Jordan the greatest. That's all it is. So a lot of you losers, a lot of you fans, Jordan's the greatest from 1988. They were making Jordan was without even ever won a championship, greatest of all time. Because of the high flying, all the stuff, Nike was pushing that. They were pushing that. They were pushing that. That's all it is. So I like to look at the facts. You know what I mean? Like I said, Michael, tell me, but what is Jordan better at than anybody? John Havlicek is better than Michael Jordan. I told you guys this. So the whole thing of trying to put LeBron James to Michael Jordan, how could you put LeBron James with Michael Jordan when Michael Jordan couldn't even beat Larry Bird? Michael Jordan is not even better than Larry Bird. I've personally seen a better copy of Michael Jordan, which is Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant copied everything Michael Jordan did. From the move, the way he walked, the way he talked, everything, that's Michael Jordan. The way he shoot, his tongue, everything. That's Michael Jordan. He copied him. Kobe said it many times, and people could see that. He studied Michael Jordan. That's all he did. He analyzed Michael Jordan. That's all he did. To walk like him, talk like him, to be like him, that's all he did. That's Kobe Bryant. So I've seen a better version of Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan was on the dust to me. It was dust. That's when I tell people Jordan's not even top 10, you guys go crazy because you have the shoes. I understand that. I'm not saying your shoes nothing. That's your shoes. You pay money for it. But it's nothing. He's worth nothing. Jordan's not that great. He was a good player, but he's not better. He's not better than John Havlicek. And I'm going to give you the numbers for John Havlicek in a minute. But Jordan tried baseball. He fell. They had him as an executive with the Wizard. He bombed. He tried ownership. He he was awful. If Jordan was so great, he don't know anything about picking talent. When he was with the Wizard, you saw his picks. He was trash. The owner told him, yo, don't even come back. The Wizard owner called Michael Jordan on the phone. He said, don't come back. He fired him on the phone. Don't come in the building. So the whole thing is, I don't understand the whole myth. The whole myth with Jordan is ludicrous to me. You know, it's crazy. But people like to talk with LeBron James. You give a 22-year-old LeBron James, here's the roster they give him. And from 2006, they had Larry Hughes, right? Larry Hughes. You have Sasha Pavlovic. You have Augustus. I can't even say his name, right? You have Augustus. You had so many. It didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me at all. Right? You have Drew Gooden, Anderson Varejao, Daniel Gibson, Eric Snow, Dentel Marshall, Damian Jones. You have Scott Pillard and Era, whatever, Newbie. Those are the people that they give LeBron James. So people say, Michael Jordan have star players, he couldn't win. He had to recruit. People say, Jordan didn't have to go join other team. He did. The Wizard. He bombed. Jordan didn't build it, didn't have a dynasty. He did. Called the Chicago Bulls. Because, for 9 years, he didn't do squat. He played 15 years in the league. People like to think that Jordan only played 6 years. You Jordan fans erase 9 years because he was trash. So your argument to make him great, you pick 6 years when he won the championship, where he had John Sally, Luke Longley, Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc, Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, right? You had Ron Harper, Phil Jackson. You had a great coach. You had great players. Dennis Rodman was the best rebounder in the history of the NBA. The NBA has been around for 75 years. There's never been somebody like Dennis Rodman. Ever. Ever. Scottie Pippen was one of the greatest players ever. Scottie Pippen was guarding the best player. Back then, you only had one star on the team. Jordan, the Chicago Bulls were like the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant. The Chicago Bulls back then were like the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant. And the team they were playing a lot of expansion team. Team who just started getting plumbers, get whatever. So Jordan, with the one player, like I said, every player had a star. Jordan couldn't guard that star. He couldn't. All right? Scottie Pippen was guarding the star. And Jordan was guarding the plumber. I'm not talking bad about plumbers. Plumbers are great people. I'm just talking about, those guys who was there fresh off the team, fresh off the street, coming in. All right? That's what I'm talking about. He wasn't doing that. I watch Grant Hill dusting Michael Jordan all over the floor. I watch Penny Hardaway. My team is Orlando Magic. I watch Penny Hardaway destroy Michael Jordan. He looked weak And I'm like, what? This is the guy they calling the great? So a lot of you guys watch highlights. A lot of you guys watch highlights. You've never been to the games. Or if you did, you were already a fan because you were wearing the sneakers. That's all it was. But Jordan was a lousy player. Period. Let's look at playoffs. Number one, LeBron James already, 40,000 points, 11,000 rebounds, 11,000 blocks, assists, or whatever. Assists, blocks, whatever. There's no player. Let me repeat this. There's no player in the NBA history that has 10,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. None. None. The NBA been around for 75 years. Tell me one player that has 10,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists, or 10,000 blocks. I'm gonna post this video. If you could name me that one player that have the 10,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists, I'll give you $10,000. There's no player. So the notion that man, let me go to the playoffs. I'm gonna name you two players. Right? I'm gonna name you two players, and you tell me which one you would pick. Player one has in the playoff, right? In the playoff, player one, because you smart. Player one, and put player, player one and player two, right? Player one has 8,023 points in the playoff. Player two has 5,087 points in the playoff. Already, who do you think is better? Is 8,000 better than 5,000? That's all right. I hope you can count. Player one in rebounds have 2,549 rebounds. Player two have 1,152 rebounds. Who's better? Player one has 2,023 assists. Player one has 1,022 assists. Just the playoff. Who's better? Player one has 471 steals. Player two has 376 steals. Who's better? Player one has 270 blocks. Player two has 158 blocks. Who's better? Player one has 182 wins. In playoff, player two has 119 wins. Player one, 50 and percentage, 50, 34, 74. Player two has 49, 33, 83. So when you look at it, I'm just giving you. See, I like to speak. I like to look at the facts. NBA Finals Series leading team in points. NBA Finals leading team in points, rebound, and assists. LeBron James has done that from 7 to 9 times. Jordan has done it 0. Jordan played 15 years in the NBA. He only made the finals 6 times. 9 times, he didn't do squat. And he went to Jerry Krause to get reinforcement, which it did for him. That's why they built him that dynasty, what I talked about. But even those 6 finals, yes, Jordan went to 6 finals, right? 6 finals. 6. LeBron James went to 10 finals. At one point, he went to 8 straight finals. That's unheard of. Not even Bill Russell has done that. You know what I mean? But those 6 finals to lead the team, right, in points, rebound, and assists. You know how many times Jordan's done it? 0. You know how many times Scottie Pippen has done it? 6 times. 6 times where Scottie Pippen led the team in points, Rebound and assists. Jordan have more points, but I'm saying rebound and assists. Come on, man. I like to speak on facts. Don't come at me with your opinion. Now let's get to John Havlicek real quick. When I tell people John Havlicek was the man, let me give you the numbers for John Havlicek and Michael Jordan. John Havlicek. Okay, all right. Matter of fact, let me not put it like that. Let me not put the name. I'm gonna give you two players. We have John Havlicek. We have Michael Jordan. And when you tell me Michael Jordan was the greatest ever, like I told you, since 1988, before Jordan even won a championship, right? He came in the league. This is what the NBA was. Even though he was a non-factor in the 80s, non-factor. Until the 90s, of course, those guys were all done, and the NBA went from what 14 team to what it is now. They were an expansion team. Everybody, hey, come try out. That's what it was. They have a job fair. You play basketball, hey, come in. That's what it was. The NBA was trying to fill up teams. So anybody, mom and pops could have come and play. It didn't matter. They'll put you on the team. That's what it was. Facts. They go to whatever, fill it up. And then, of course, the transition to there were replacement players. Just like when they had to strike for the NFL, they had replacement players because, hey, the product's allowed to go on before the strike, after the whatever. But anyway, I'm not gonna name the name, but let's just say John Havlicek and Michael Jordan. I'm gonna give you the numbers, line by line. You're gonna tell me who's better. All right? In terms of, all right, both of them have 11-time All-NBA, right? 11-time All-NBA. Both have equally an All-Stars, right? But titles, one of them have 8 straight titles, the other one have 6. Points, of course. Jordan played longer than John Havlicek. John Havlicek have one have 26,000, one have 32,000 rebounds. Rebounds now. That's where you know what I mean. Again, we went from even to now where it matters. Rebounds. One of them have 8,000 rebounds. The other one have 6,000 rebounds. Who's better? One have 6,000 assists. One have 5,000 assists. Who's better? One have 31 triple double. One have 28. 8 finals to 6. So when you look at when I'm looking at it, when people tell me and talking about the greatest, these things don't add up to me. You can't be the greatest. When you say the greatest player of all time, right? When I'm looking at the greatest player of all time, I'm looking at somebody who's, you know what I mean? Somebody who's the top on everything. That's what I look at. When you're talking about greatest player, somebody who's on top of everything. No matter what's going on, he is on top of everything. And I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm getting. From when we're talking about, you know what I mean? So, because to look at it, to have 40,000 plus points, 11,000 plus rebounds, 10,000 plus assists, and LeBron James is a pass first player. This is a guy who passed the ball first. Jordan is a shoot first player. So if we look at that, If you look at that, before joining the Chicago Bulls, right? Dennis Rodman was a two-time NBA champion, two-time All-Star, and two-time NBA All-Star, right? First All NBA third team, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, five-time All Defensive First Team, three-time rebounding champion. That was before joining the Chicago Bulls. That's what he was. That's who he was. So when we talk, we have to give the credit. You have to give credit to where it's due, because you can't come at somebody like that. As the hate for the hate is coming strong, man. And that's ridiculous. Anyway, man, sports talk. John Havlicek, the man. I know I like to poke bears. I know Jordan fans not gonna be happy with this. It's okay. They're already killing me with the comments, but I love it, man. Hey, at least you watching. I appreciate it, man. And listen, I love all the comments, man. I love all the comments. You watching the video anyway. You might as well subscribe. You hit me up with the comments. I'm like, damn, I gotta keep responding. Hey, you might as well subscribe, man. Peace out.